Hi, everybody. Welcome to MovieJunk. It's Shamir and Hannah. I'm taking over MovieJunk for one day and one day only. I had to jump in today and take over. I'm so excited to welcome back Rick Perez, who's joining
Hey
us
guys.
again from Atlanta. Hi, Rick. Welcome.
Hey, thanks so much for having me again. It's so great to be back on Movie Junk. Love you guys. Fantastic.
Trust me, the honor is all ours, and thank you for joining us. I know it's going to be a crazy week, holiday weekend coming up, so we appreciate your time and chatting a little bit about all the fun stuff you have going on. The fans can never get enough of it, so I'm sure they'll enjoy this
Oh,
during the
sure.
holiday break.
Well,
And
thanks again. Excited to be here.
yeah, so for those of you that might be unfamiliar with Rick's work, he's been on several TV shows, including The Resident, Ozark, and most recently Cobra Kai season 3, as he'll be appearing. We're so excited after the holidays are over. Something else, we're all looking for good news these days. That's definitely something that we'll be looking forward to in the new year. Can you tell us what to expect from season 3 of Cobra Kai?
Well, expect more of a kick-ass performance by everybody. I mean, this is gonna definitely being that our new dojos on Netflix. You guys are in for a real ride for sure. So excited for you guys to see it.
That's amazing. And honestly, Rick, I'm a huge, huge fan of Cobra Kai. And I must know, I mean, and I know I just want to dive into this very specifically and in grave detail. I have to ask, how was it to work with 1980s high school movie heartthrob Billy Zabka, who plays Johnny
Uh,
Lawrence?
Well, it's surreal to be honest with you. I mean, these guys are consummate actors, both Billy and Ralph, and just everybody. The entire crew cast, just everybody's been fantastic. But Billy specifically, just incredible. Who would have thunk, right? When you saw him in the first two seasons, you're like, wow, where's Hollywood been hiding him? I mean, he's done so many different things over the years, but he's truly made a name for himself in the business for sure with Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I mean, and for all of us 80s babies, we grew up watching the Karate Kid films, including The Next Karate Kid with Hilary Swank. It's
Mhm.
such a unique opportunity for us as fans to see the movie brought back as a series. And we're blessed to see original characters from the series come back to reprise their roles. It gives us nostalgia, and it adds a touch to the show itself. Like Ralph
Mhm.
Macchio's back as Daniel LaRusso, of course, Billy Zabka as Johnny Lawrence, and then Martin Kove as John Kreese. I mean, these are
Oh,
classic characters. Now, as fans, we're lucky to see them come back. What was it like as an actor and an artist and a fan to actually enter the world of Karate Kid and become part of the franchise history, and then also see it play out on the world stage on Netflix?
well, that's again a very surreal, pinch me kind of thing moment. I,
Yeah.
we kind of knew, and all of us can honestly say the same thing. When we were picked for our roles, it was just like we knew that the writers had lightning in a bottle. We knew that this was something special. And I've said this in many other interviews. We felt that we were going to be part of movie history for sure, especially the fact that the original cast has come back for this. Uh, but the writers are the true geniuses behind it all, and we're just very fortunate to be part of it. Even our small parts, just to be part of that grand vision, it's just surreal to work with some of these legendary actors.
Yeah, definitely. And I can imagine it's just a amazing experience to kind of see all that kind of come to life when you've been such a
Hmm.
fan. Um,
Oh yeah,
I have some quick facts for you, just off the
sure.
top of your head. Just wondering, because I haven't met you before. I was just wondering, what's your favorite movie of all time, or top, just heavy hitter in your life that's been epic?
Star Wars. I mean, but there's a couple. I have to say, there's a couple. Star Wars being my first movie I had ever seen when I was 5 with my dad. But the Indiana Jones, series, that's another one for me, um, in that genre of action adventure. So those two pretty much are up there for me. Pretty top two, top two. Star Wars, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, don't take any offense. It's fine.
Oh, well.
Friend back here.
We're talking action adventure. Godfather. I am a huge fan. My wife and I watch it religiously. As a matter of fact, just to dive, I may jump ahead here, but when it comes to a lot of I feel like I'm a Huck Finn. I'm a self-taught actor in many respects. That my master classes is when I watch some of the great movies of all time. The Godfather being one of them. The first two, of course, unprecedented. But again, the third one's a little misunderstood. But again, I'm a huge fan of The Godfather, and just to watch some of these actors there. We pick these things apart as viewers, yourself, I'm sure. You can watch it every time, every month, and you'll always pull something back different. Like, wow, I didn't catch that the first time, right? So yeah, I'm a big fan of The Godfather as well. Big fan.
Yeah, I can imagine, with Godfather 3, for example, it might have got a lot of criticism, but if we hadn't received The Godfather 3, we'd always wonder kind of where the story went. So it's kind of like, a double-edged sword there. Fans want to see it, but we need to know what happens in that world. But it's also going to come with some huge pressure to live up to the first two.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Rick, is there a dream director you'd like to work with?
Ooh, my gosh. I can't count them all. I mean, obviously, Francis Ford Coppola. I would love to work with him. Steven Spielberg. I mean, you just name it. Go down the list. But you know what? I guess one that really comes to mind right now. I mean, I'm a little late for David Chase for The Sopranos. I mean, they finished The Many Saints of Newark, which I'm really looking forward to. But I would love to be part of one of his projects for sure.
Yeah, I mean, are you a fan of the series ending? It's very hot topic, controversial.
Well, you hear different stories, different takes. David himself was always left it like a bit of enigma and say, well, you know what, it's kind of open to the viewer, but then you hear your conspiracy theories about how it really ended. Was it lights out for Tony? I kind of look at it like, I want to hold on to that possibility that he walked away from the diner that day. So that's just me.
Yeah, I like to think that as well, personally. And I love when directors allow that space for the viewer. It kind of allows us to take in instead of, breaking our hearts, I'd say.
Well, I agree with Journey. Don't stop believing. So
yeah, exactly. Speaking of facts, you recently won a Best Supporting Actor award at the
indeed.
Christian Film Festival.
Yes.
How amazing. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you
I can't
so much.
imagine a better honor than being recognized for your artistry and your performances. What is it like to be acknowledged by your industry peers?
Oh my, I was so taken back by it. It was such a surprise. And again, with COVID being in place, I mean, we were unable to attend a lot of these functions, but I had gotten the email and the call from the director and producer, Debbie Harmon, that I had won the award, and it was just unbelievable. I was so humbled by the award itself, but it had a great disruption. It was a great movie. It was a fun movie, very inspirational, especially during these dark times, to be part of something so positive, and it's just incredible. If I can sum it up with one word.
What was your character like in that film?
So Winston was kind of a victim. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't watched it yet, but he's kind of a victim of circumstance when it comes to the business world. A lot of times that happens. There are a lot of people who step on people to get where they want to get to, and that's kind of where I found myself as the victim in that. But karma had a fun way of biting back the star of it. So you guys have to watch it. Check it out when you get a chance. It's a great movie.
Definitely. I'm definitely going to check it out now. Looking back on your career, even the last decade alone, is there something you would look back, even, back in 2010 and say, this is what I wish I knew back then, that would have made me maybe save you a lot of trouble? Any advice that's made you wiser that you would have shared with yourself 10 years ago?
Well, I would have liked to start sooner in the business. I did start a little late because life gets in the way. I had started as a aspiring child actor, trying to get on board with the Cosby Show. My mom had me go to a cattle call in New York in 1981 to try to get a spot there, and that kind of fell through the waistline. But it was something that I experienced. I got to meet Bill Cosby, a lot of the producers, and what have you. But life, obviously you go through life, you get married, have kids, and then find yourself in Atlanta, like, okay, this is now the new Hollywood. And then when you see things filmed around you, I jumped right into it. I jumped into the deep end of the pool. But if I were to look back, I would have liked to have maybe, tackled it early on, a little more years involved, maybe as a young adult.
Yeah.
but it wasn't meant to be.
Right. I think it's all timing. I think it's also what the industry needs at certain
Hmm.
times. And you just sometimes I was reading somewhere that the Oscars were saying how there's been a lot more actors that have started in the industry in recent years that actually had won awards. So you just never know. It could be just the right role that just takes off, and it can happen at
Hmm.
any time in your life. It could be happening, earlier on in your career, later on. You just never
Hmm.
know.
Well, I
Um,
agree,
so
and you know what? Sometimes maturity is a big factor as well. And I might not have had the maturity if I look back. Maybe this was meant to be this way because I was able to embrace it, take it more seriously, the art, my craft, and really, when I started as a background extra, I wanted to kind of follow that lead so that I can learn the industry jargon, the language, the direction, and just learn from the foundationary point instead of just being put in there and saying, hey, you might have the look, go in there and get it. I might have failed miserably if that was the case, but I found that was the best course of action for me to really start off at the baseline as an extra.
absolutely. And the benefit of that too is just you see things from 360 degree, you see it all. And you just
Indeed,
add it to
indeed.
your kind of craft, I think.
Hmm.
Um, a wise man once said, it's better to know when to quit than to try something that leads to nowhere. Would you say that's sound advice for folks, for actors, for artists, for anyone trying to be in the entertainment industry? Would you say that's sound advice
Very
for
sound.
folks that struggle with their journeys?
Well, they struggle a lot of times because this industry sometimes, and many times, many cases, and I'm sure most of my fellow actors would agree with this. You're on this endless journey of auditions, one after the other, and you always kind of judge yourself and say, well, was I good enough? Well, frankly, I've come to the fruition in my life that I've said we are all good enough, but sometimes it's in the eye of the casting director. You shouldn't be too hard on yourself. So pretty much we're our own worst enemy. We always beat ourselves up in that respect, but it just gives us a chance to kind of hone our craft, be patient. These things happen, and the right parts are going to be out there for you. Again, it's all in the eye of the casting director. The casting director knows who they want, what that person looks like, sounds like. It's not always about your acumen. So just be patient and be positive. It's going to happen for everybody, but just at different stages. We just don't know. It's like a lottery. You do an audition, you send it out there, you say a prayer, and if you get that email back or your phone call from your manager, or your agent, it's just wow, that's awesome. So
That is amazing. Thank you for that advice. I
sure,
think folks need to hear the support and they need to hear that kind of optimism to keep them on their journeys. You definitely have to have a vision to keep doing what you think is your life purpose. So
indeed.
that's awesome. So it's game time. I'm so excited to do this.
Oh,
It's called let's play a little thing called Get in the Dojo. We've come up with a
oh.
series of questions
Hmm.
to determine what your dojo would look like.
Okay.
We're going to list a name of action heroes from the 80s and 90s, and you tell us if they'd be placed in Miyagi Dojo or Cobra
Oh,
Kai or
oh,
why.
that sounds like fun. Okay.
Okay, first one, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Would he
Oh,
Miyagi
definitely.
Do or Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai, all the way. Cobra Kai. I see him as a Terminator all the time. So he's the muscle. He's the muscle.
He definitely is. How about Bruce Willis?
I see him as that's a good one. I could see him as Cobra Kai, but maybe going towards Miyagi Do because he does have a moral compass there inside. I think of him as his diehard character.
That's true. Although, as we're learning, nowadays Johnny's starting to, kind of have a change of heart, and you can see some empathy there happening. So that's kind of
Indeed.
kind of it's almost as if Cobra Kai 2.0 is happening there. Where
Hmm.
he's got more empathy this time around.
Ah,
How about
good point.
right? How about and of course I'm paying attention to the Johnny character, so I could read that.
Yeah.
um,
Okay.
Sylvester Stallone,
Oh,
where would
Cobra
you
Kai.
put him? Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai. He played Cobretti in that movie. He played Marion Cobretti in with Brigitte Nielsen. What was it? Cobra, wasn't it? Was it the name of his movie?
It might be. I'm not sure.
I think so. He played a bad cop. Well, kind of cop with a dark side. played the Cobra.
Now, see,
So
I'm
there you
thinking,
go.
I'm
First thing that popped up.
imagining Rocky when I think of Sylvester. I'm thinking
Oh.
he's got that heart, and I'm putting in Miyagi-Do, but I could see that
Okay.
as well.
All right.
It's debatable, yeah. Okay, so if you were the next Karate Kid, Rick Perez, you've been
Mhm.
chosen, or you've been life purpose, you are seeking a sensei. You were the next Karate Kid. Which one of the following martial artists would you pick to be your sensei? Jackie
Okay.
Chan, Bruce Lee, Jean-Claude Van Damme, or Steven Seagal?
Ooh, I love Steven Seagal. I again, everybody has their strong points, but Steven Seagal is just the real McCoy. I love him. I love Steven Seagal. Badass.
He's a classic, and it seems he's got like wisdom. He doesn't have to yell at you. He'll just tell you what he needs to tell you, and somehow it just commands the room.
That's right. And he can fool the best of us. And when he was in what was the name of the movie? When he was a cook on the ship, on the naval ship, he was a Navy SEAL. I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, that's the beauty of him. He can kind of, he always played cops, but in this movie, he played a cook. But who knew that he was a Navy SEAL? So, I mean, I just love his attitude, man. He's just no holds
You're giving
barred.
me a list of things to watch later. Hold on one second. I'm gonna
But my
get
favorite
back to
movie
you.
with him, Out for Justice. My favorite one. Love that one.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Great movie.
Yeah, total classic. I wish he did more films. I think he had definitely a hot spot back then, and it'd be amazing to see him come back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So thanks for playing Get in the Dojo. That's awesome. And of course, I would ask where you would be, but I know you're a huge Cobra Kai
Yes.
potential student, and I can see why. I probably would be as well, although Miyagi-Do has their amazing attributes, and their sensei is amazing as well.
I do respect the Miyagi-Do philosophy, and rest in peace, Pat Morita. 15 years ago, I think today was the passing of Pat. So rest in peace, Pat. But I do have respect for the entire Miyagi-Do folks. Ralph Macchio, my tremendous heart, tremendous respect for them. But again, on the show, I love the Cobra Kai badassness, if you will. I'm going to use that word. I just love it. I love the twist of everything there. It's just so good. But to your point, Johnny's character is a bit of he's like a gray Jedi. He's not for the light. He's like right in the middle somewhere, right?
Yeah, and I love the beautiful symbolism of, there's certain times that we've seen throughout the seasons where him and Danny are actually getting along, and there's moments where you could see that there's common ground there, but there's something still kind of happening between them, that they're not able to kind of become friends for life. But you could tell that there's moments where they're kind of actually yin and yang, and they're kind of finding their commonality. So it's cool to watch their friendship potentially, and how they're growing up as men, and as folks that had this history in the past history that they had, and kind of see where they're evolving as people. And so it's fun to watch that. For example, the restaurant scene where they're double dating, and
so cool.
That moment was kind of cool, and I think we can all relate to kind of growing up with people that didn't have the best past with, and then you kind of grow up as people, and dynamics change. So that's kind of cool to watch. Thank you so much for playing.
Oh, hey, did I win? I win.
You did.
There's no winners. There are no winners.
Of course, you are the winner. We're honored to talk to you today. We're the winners, and you're the winner. Thanks for playing Get in the Dojo. It's awesome to see kind of your take on that.
Am I the first contestant for the show?
You're the first. Actually, this is a MovieJunk first. We're making record.
Right.
We're making them, and we're gonna break records today. You're the first one to play that game, and your amazing answers. I mean, pretty kick-ass, and I could agree with all of them. And you're awesome. As you further your career, and as we see you take over Hollywood, take over Atlanta, Hotlanta, as it is. I hope you can appreciate and enjoy the success in everything that you're doing. We are so excited that you came to chat with us today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations on all of your success, and your future, what's yet to come. I'm so happy to sit down with you. I know next month is going to be insanity for you. We're so excited to see what happens as Cobra Kai comes back, season 3 on Netflix on
Can't wait.
January 8th.
Stay
Check
tuned.
it out, everybody. And please, please, Rick, I know you mentioned earlier that there's a huge list of folks waiting to chat as soon as season 3 comes out, but you're always welcome at MovieJunk. And please bless the fans here at MovieJunk once again when it does come out. We'll be looking forward to seeing you.
I can't wait to come back. And again, if you want to do something, maybe we can do something special. I can grab some of our friends on Cobra Kai. Maybe we can do like a Hollywood Squares type of thing, and we can get a bunch of us on there. We'd love to chat with you guys, do a post season 3 format. It'll be fun. We really appreciate you guys as well. And all the fans, thank you so much for believing in us, for supporting us. God bless you all. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate. Stay positive, but Cobra Kai never dies.
That's right. Thank you. Check him out on Rick Perez Official on Instagram. And are you on Twitter? Are you on?
I'm on Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. Facebook is private, but Instagram is where you can find me, or check out my IMDb for all my projects. And my latest thing will be coming out. My newest movie will be coming out next year. We just finished filming it in Savannah. It's a feature film. It'll be either on Lifetime or Netflix. We're not sure yet. Also, I'll be doing an audiobook this week and next week. So that's going to be a new thing for me, doing voiceovers. So that's exciting news.
Amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is coming out next couple of weeks, you said, so
Yeah.
even before Cobra Kai premieres then.
Yes, indeed. We're going to be doing that. Very exciting.
I mean, the fact that you made time for us was just amazing. So congratulations. We're so excited for those projects to come out.
Thank you.
And we'll talk to you soon. Have a very safe Thanksgiving and happy holidays.
You too. Thanks,
Thank
Sham.
you so
Take
much,
care.
Rick.
See you guys.